Hello everyone. In this lesson, we are going to learn about Microsoft PowerPoint and the essentials of Microsoft PowerPoint. Right. So if you look at Microsoft, this particular view, when you open, right? So here you can see that there are a few options where you can create a blank presentation, and then there is a list of themes, right? And then there are a few options here on the left. Right. So these options and this whole screen that you're seeing, this is called the Microsoft Backstage, right? So this is before you actually open a PowerPoint slide, right? So now if you see, when you start using a few presentations, start creating a few presentations, you'll see all those presentations listed up here, right? So from here, the first step that we are going to do is we can either go click on a blank presentation here, or click on the new button here, right? So from here also I can go for blank presentation, right? So depending upon your OS and depending upon your version of Microsoft, you can see that the options here might be slightly different, but not heavily different. Okay. So now I'll just go back to home, which brings back to my backstage. Now, if at all you want to open an existing PowerPoint presentation, here you click on open, right? And based upon your device, you can select your device or your OneDrive cloud, and then from there you'll be able to upload your open your file also, right? So now what we'll do is we'll start with a blank presentation. Okay. So let's see. I double click on the blank presentation, and now you can see that the blank presentation is started. Okay. Amazing. So now your presentation is open, right? So now you can see the name of the presentation will be shown here. And here, this particular panel, you'll see whatever slides you are creating, right? So this is the latest view that you'll have. Based on your version, you might have a slightly different view, right? So we will discuss all the latest features also. Now, this particular first slide that you're seeing, now you can see here the slide 1 of 1, which means the number of slide that you're currently on, right? And now if you look at the other options here, uh, here itself, you can see that there is notes. You can see there is notes, there is comments, and there are different type of views, right? So let us look at what happens when you click on this zoom option, right? So it's basically zoom in and zoom out, right? So I'll leave it as that. Now these views will be more clearly visible when we have multiple slides. So how do you create your second slide? So what you do is you click here on the new slide option, right? When you click a new slide option, your second slide gets added, right? So now you can see here, now the other options, which is the slide sorter. If you click this, you can see the slides, all slides in a view that is organized one by one, right? Instead of one slide, full slide at a time, right? So if you have a very large presentation, this is very good because you'll be able to quickly scroll and see, okay, this is the slide I have to go, right? So now I'm coming back to the normal view from the slide sorter view. Now, if I come to my first slide, if you click here, now you can see that it is asking me to enter something, right? You can type something here, right? Which is click to add title. So any opening slide is normally expected to have the title or the purpose of that particular presentation. Let's say for now, I'm just going to say finance presentation. Okay. Now, depending upon your version, you will have this feature also coming up, and I'm going to say year 2025 to 2026. Okay. I'm just going to write it that way. Okay. So this is the title of the presentation, and this is the subtitle of the presentation, right? Now you need not have to use whatever they have given. You can add your own text options also, right? So for example, I'm just going to bring this shorter, and I'm going to click on this home option, right? So in the tabs, we'll look at each tab also, but you can click on the home option, and you can add a few sections from here as well, right? So once you go into home option, there are multiple categories there, and you can see this, there's an option called text box. So when you click this, and when you click it here, there's another text box that gets created. Okay. So this is one way to do it. Okay. Another way to do it is also simple, that you copy any text box that is there on the presentation and paste it again, right? So simple, right click, copy it, and paste again, right? So now you have done it. Now I'm just going to say the name. Okay. So the presented by, I'm just going to say by team pixel test. Okay. So now we have done this, right? So you can add more details also, like dates and other details as well. But I'm just going to keep simple. So I'm just going to make it shorter this way also, so that everything is within the slide itself. Okay. Now this is complete. Okay, you added. Now, because you've written it as financial presentation, so what will happen is the PPT, if you're connected to the internet and on the latest version, has a few important options which are AI related. right? So now if you go to design, you can see these are all previous templates for any version or even offline version. Even 2007, you'll have the same options here. But in the latest version, that you can see that there is a designer option, which will have this thunder icon here. Now, if you see this, because I've written finance presentation, it is actually showing me something that might actually be useful for that particular uh, topic itself, right? Now it has given me different ways or to see where these text icons that I have written, the text boxes, you can see different ways to use it also, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use, let's say, any of the options that seems, see, now you can click on see more design ideas also, right? So what happens is this AI actually helps you generate more designs. Okay, so let's say I am just going to pick one because you know whatever looks decent, I'll start with that, and then we can make changes. Right now, let's say this is the thing that I've selected. Okay, and I'm just going to make it shorter. Then maybe I just want to put it here itself. Okay, and then what you do, home, and then here there's an option to change the font. You can select the font option also, right? And by team pixel test also, maybe I would still want to put it here itself, maybe in the bottom. Okay, right. So now let's look at how the AI designer is also helping us in other aspects also. If I go here and here I write the title, say about us. Okay, let's say I'm just going to say we are platform to learn. Okay, so you can write anything. I'm just giving you an understanding here. Now, what you do, I'm just going to click here and then you click on designer. What it'll do is based upon whatever you might have written, it'll try suggesting you something related to that. Right. So which is now you see the about us options only. A little see what now you said learning and it put up a learning icon here, right? And you can see more design options also, but don't try to actually look for more design options every time, right? So the first ones would normally be okay for getting started, right? So now if I select any one of them, you see this, the whole look and feel of that particular thing has changed, right? Now if you come back to your finance presentation also, what you can do is you can look at something to match this one, right? So how do you do that? We'll look at more details in that also, but we'll just look at one more slide, and what we'll do in that is I just go click on new slide. Okay, and I'm going to say here team. Okay, I'm just going to say our team, and here I'm just going to click on insert a few images. Okay, right. So how do you do insert an image is you go into the second option here and you click on the insert option, right? So when you click here, then you'll see there's a picture, right? So there's a picture option also, and you can actually open picture from a file. Okay, so let's say I'm just going to use any picture here. Okay, so let's say this is one picture I've just used, and I've just placed it randomly to see how the designer can make it even better, right? So now you see so many options are here, and you see some of them are part of the same theme also. Like if you choose this, they'll start looking part of the same theme. Okay, so if you have your content ready with the help of designer and choosing one specific template, you can have your whole presentation ready within 10 minutes, right? So that is the most important things, right? So the speed and the quality of your presentation has increased with the use of AI, right? So now this was about understanding of the new designer options and how to get started with your presentation. Okay, so now let us look at another way to actually create presentation from scratch without using AI. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Okay, amazing. So now what we are going to do is we are trying to not use AI right away, and but first let's go ahead and create everything from scratch. So for that, I'm just going to select all of this, and this is how you delete any slide on your presentation. Right. So you click on select one and click on delete button, or you right click here and delete slide. Okay, and if you Control Z, you'll do undo, and if you want to delete everything, you select with Shift, right? So you select, if you select shift from one to third, what will happen is all of them will be selected. But if you only want to select one and three, you just have to select, click on control or command option, where you individually be able to select only what you want to delete or what you want to select, right? So I'm just going to select control A, another option where you do select everything and delete all of it together. right? So this is your empty presentation, right? So it says click to add first slide. You click on click to add first slide, right? So now here, we will first, before getting into making of the presentation, we'll understand the toolbar. Okay, so this is the toolbar. Now home. Now you have seen how to create a new slide. We'll look at the advanced options slowly, but the initial options, let's look at it, right? So now let's say I'm going to say, now instead of finance, I'm just going to say HR presentation. Okay, now you see here, when you select any text, this particular option is enabled, which is the text options. Here you can change the fonts. Let's say I'm just going to choose anything apart from whatever is selected right now. Okay, something that will be easy for me to show also, right? So you see the font has changed. Here you can select the size of the font, right? Basic options, I've changed that also. And here, let's say there is another body, another thing, right? Year 2025 to 2026. Okay, here also you can select again all these details, right? So if at all you want to make something bold, if it is not already bold, you click on this option. If you want anything to be just italic, you just press this. Bold and italic is like this, only italic is like this. If you want underline, it is like this. And if it's only without underline italics, you do this. So these are the options.